What if I told you there's a version of yourself you'll never remember meeting? Not because the memories faded, but because your brain erased almost your entire early life before you even understood who you were. Think about it. You spent months learning how to walk, falling over hundreds of times, crying in frustration, figuring out faces, voices, emotions, comfort, fear, basically learning the rules of reality itself. And yet, you can't remember any of it. Not your first step, not your first word, not even the moment you realized your mother's voice meant safety. It's like the first years of your existence were quietly deleted from the story. Most people hear this and just say, well, yeah, babies don't remember things. But that answer feels way too simple for something this strange. Because you weren't unconscious back then. You were a real human being having real experiences. Somewhere between infancy and adulthood, the evidence of that person vanished. Psychologists call this infantile amnesia, and the deeper scientists looked into it, the weirder it became. For a long time, people assumed babies simply couldn't form memories, but that turned out to be completely wrong. Researchers discovered that even very young infants can learn patterns and remember them. In one famous experiment, babies learned that kicking their legs moved a hanging mobile above them, and days later, they still remembered the connection. So the memories were absolutely being created, which leads to a disturbing question. If those memories existed, where did they go? Here's where things get fascinating. Your brain during infancy was basically under massive construction. Imagine trying to build an entire city while roads are constantly being destroyed and rebuilt at the same time. That's what your brain was doing. During early childhood, your brain creates neural connections at an insane speed, far more than it can actually keep. By around age 2, your brain has nearly twice as many synaptic connections as an adult brain. It's overloaded with growth, and while that rapid development helps you learn incredibly fast, it also makes memories unstable. Scientists believe one major reason for infantile amnesia is something called neurogenesis, the creation of new brain cells. The problem is, all that new growth may actually interfere with older memories already stored in the brain. In simple terms, your brain upgraded itself so aggressively that it accidentally overwrote parts of your past. The same system that made you intelligent also erased the evidence of how you became that way. But biology alone doesn't explain everything. There's another reason your early memories disappeared, and this one feels almost existential. To remember something as a personal memory, your brain needs a stable sense of identity, an understanding that this happened to me. Babies don't fully have that yet. There's a famous psychology experiment called the mirror test, where researchers place a small mark on a baby's face and show them a mirror. Very young babies usually reach toward the reflection instead of touching their own face, because they don't realize they're looking at themselves. That awareness develops later, somewhere around 18 to 24 months. Before that, experiences are happening, but there's no fully developed main character for the memories to attach to. Language makes things even harder. Most memories you have today are tied to storytelling. Your brain remembers life by turning experiences into narratives with emotion, meaning, and sequence. But infants don't yet have language strong enough to organize reality that way. So even if memories existed in the moment, there was no reliable way to store or retrieve them later. It's almost like your early childhood was saved onto a hard drive with no file names attached. The information existed once, but now there's no search function to find it. And maybe the strangest part of all is that pieces of that forgotten version of you still affect your life every single day. Certain smells instantly feel comforting. Some people make you feel safe immediately, while others make you uneasy for reasons you can't explain. Sometimes your emotions react before logic even has time to catch up. Those reactions didn't come from nowhere. A lot of your emotional patterns were shaped during years you can't consciously remember anymore. Your attachment style, your instinctive fears, your sense of comfort around love, rejection, attention, distance, all of it started forming long before you understood what emotions even were. Which means something incredibly strange is true. A version of you that you'll never remember still helped create the person you are today. And honestly, that might be one of the weirdest things about being human. The foundation of your personality was built by someone you used to be, but can never meet again. If this video made you think differently about your own mind, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and stick around for more psychology and human behavior content that'll completely change the way you see yourself.